Kristen Bell, the beloved actress whose effervescent roles in films like Forgetting Sarah Marshall and The Good Place have endeared her to audiences worldwide, has taken a courageous step into vulnerability by opening up about her struggles with depression. At 45, Bell, star of the recent hit Nobody Wants This and the iconic Veronica Mars, shared these intimate revelations at the gentle urging of her husband, Dax Shepard, during a reflective interview that peeled back the layers of her public persona. For over a decade, their marriage has been a beacon of partnership, weathering joys and tempests with humor and honesty. Yet, beneath Bell's trademark optimism lies a heaviness that she has long navigated in silence, a shadow side that Shepard encouraged her to illuminate for others who might feel similarly adrift. Bell's decision to speak out marks a pivotal shift, born from a realization that her polished image of perpetual joy was an incomplete portrait. "I realized I'd spent so many years presenting this optimistic, joyful person, when I know I have this heaviness that comes on," she admitted, her voice carrying the weight of suppressed truths. This epiphany wasn't born in isolation. It was Shepard's steady influence that nudged her toward candor. Known for his own raw podcasts and memoirs dissecting addiction and recovery, Shepard modeled the power of unfiltered dialogue. In their 12 years together, they've built a home where therapy speak flows as freely as family banter, and Bell credits his prompting as the catalyst. "Dax encouraged me to speak publicly about my darker moments," she revealed, underscoring how his belief in communal healing outweighed any fear of judgment. "The response to her candor has been nothing short of transformative. The feedback I received was astounding," Bell confessed, her eyes likely lighting with gratitude at the memory. Letters, messages, and conversations poured in from fans who saw their own battles reflected in her words. Strangers transformed into allies through shared fragility. This outpouring validated her risk, proving that vulnerability isn't weakness but a bridge. Bell's depression manifests not as a constant storm but as episodic gales, unprovoked waves that crash without warning. "There are times, due to zero circumstances changing in my life, that my brain will say, 'Today you are awful and no one likes you. Don't get out of bed,'" she described with stark precision. "It's a betrayal by the mind, a saboteur whispering lies in the quiet hours, rendering even routine acts monumental." Pulling herself from these depths requires a deliberate, incremental ascent, one that Bell likens to a mantra from her voice work in Frozen 2, "Do the next right thing." This phrase, uttered by her character Anna in the film's poignant ballad, becomes a lifeline in real life. "The next right thing often is pouring my coffee. The next right thing is brushing my teeth and then going downstairs to make breakfast," she elaborated, breaking down the paralysis into manageable motions. It's a philosophy of micro-victories, where momentum builds from the mundane. Breakfast for her daughters, Lincoln and Delta, isn't just nourishment. It's an anchor, a reminder of purpose amid the fog. Bell's approach demystifies recovery, showing it's less about grand epiphanies and more about persistent, pedestrian steps. Pour, brush, descend, serve. Exercise emerges as another cornerstone in her arsenal, a tactile rebellion against inertia. "I keep sets of weights in a few places around my house, and if I walk by, I'll do some reps," she shared, painting a picture of opportunistic fitness woven into domestic rhythm. Dumbbells by the couch, resistance bands in the kitchen. These aren't gym rituals but guerrilla tactics, snatching strength in stolen moments. Shepard, ever the witty observer, quips that she should pen a book titled Getting in Shape 60 Seconds at a Time, a nod to her fragmented yet fierce commitment. This humor underscores their dynamic, levity as medicine, turning sweat into stories. For Bell, whose career demands poise under spotlights, these reps are reclamation, reclaiming agency from the heaviness, one curl at a time. Delving deeper into her marriage's role, Bell portrays Shepard as both mirror and motivator. Their union, forged in 2013 and tested by life's vicissitudes, thrives on mutual unmasking. Shepard's own battles with sobriety have schooled them in grace, teaching that darkness shared diminishes. By voicing her dark moments, Bell honors this pact, extending its light to a wider circle. The interview's intimacy, conducted with a magazine that prizes depth over dazzle, allows her to unpack without performance, her words landing like confessions from a trusted friend. Bell's candor ripples into her artistry, enriching roles that demand emotional range. In Nobody Wants This, her portrayal of a rabbi navigating romance echoes her real-life navigation of inner turmoil, nuanced, resilient, human. Similarly, Veronica Mars' sharp-witted sleuth hid vulnerabilities that Bell now amplifies off-screen. This transparency challenges Hollywood's gloss, where stars are sculpted to shine sans shadows. By admitting her brain's treacheries, Bell normalizes mental health's messiness, urging others to do the next right thing in their own lives. Yet, her journey isn't linear. Relapses remind her of depression's tenacity. "It's hard to pull myself out of that," she acknowledged, granting permission for imperfection. This honesty fosters empathy, not pity, a call to collective compassion. Shepard's encouragement, rooted in love's quiet insistence, exemplifies partnership's power, not fixing but witnessing. As Belle continues this dialogue, her story becomes a tapestry of trial and tenacity. From coffee pours to weight reps, she charts a path where heaviness coexists with hope. In revealing her dark moments, she doesn't diminish her light, she magnifies it, inviting us all to embrace the full spectrum. For fans and fellow travelers, her words are a balm. You're not alone and the next right thing awaits.